You spoke. You started by talking about Wanye and Boyz II Men, and Dallas came out recently he said he working with them on the first album, but then by the second album, he gave them that they're difficult to work with, and so unfortunately that gave a negative perception about the guys. For us, the fans, because we're like, no, we only see them in the studio, we only see them release music, and they always have this wholesome stuff. But when you have someone like Dallas openly saying, yeah, that they got their egos got too big, and the worst.
Okay, let me say this: Dallas Austin was a teenager. He was a teenager working with them. Remember, he worked with Joyce Irby from Climax. Okay, he signed.
Yes, I heard she signed him. Yes,
to Diva One Productions. He made her a multi-millionaire.
Oh.
He was a child that signed to her. He made her a multi-millionaire. So, okay. Dallas Austin was a kid. He was in Atlanta. 4 guys from Philly. They was young. I think Nate and Mike might have been older than Dallas. They come back multi-millionaires. He's still producing, and he getting money thrown at him, and he's, very successful with TLC's first album. Dallas is, he's doing the damn thing. He's a different person now, and they're a different person. But this is the thing you got to ask Dallas: what state of mind was he in when they was difficult to work with? Could it be that Dallas was the person that was difficult to work with? You understand what I'm saying? Did they come in clear-headed and sober? Was he sober? This is things you got to ask yourself.
Yeah.
It always sounds good when it's coming from one person. Yeah. Until you do the background. Yeah. I always say this: sometimes you can meet people and you could be like, yo, that person was a really genuine person. You could tell. Some people you be like, yeah, the person was a-hole. It's all about when you meet them and where you meet them.
Yeah. But then, subsequently, I listened to an interview that the 3 guys did with Quest, because I think they all went to high school.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I met Quest at the Boyz II Men video shoot.
Yeah, I think he said he was in that shoot.
Yeah, he was in it. Yep, he was in it.
Yeah.
Yep. I met him down there. But the Roots, man, I remember back when it was called the Square Roots, all over Philadelphia. We're dragging them instruments around. Scott Storch, the multi-Grammy,
Yeah.
Scott Storch was the keyboard player.
Yeah, no, he mentioned it, but what they did say was, because Babyface says no, they didn't want to record. They didn't want I'll Make Love to You on their second album, and the record label had to really push that, and everyone's like, what? That was one of their biggest hits. But then Babyface had to clarify, because it made it seem as if they were just being like big-headed. Right, he said, look, then Nate says, look, we wrote everything on the first album by one song. We learned publishing. We wanted to showcase our writing. The label didn't just wanted us to be singers. So of course it was like, well, come on, we wrote our first album, let's continue to write in this album. So it was like, either you have I Make Love to You or the song they wrote. So they wanted to fight for their song, not this in Babyface's stuff.
That's his business, That's his business.
But then unfortunately, when these stories come out, as they've been recently, it gives the impression that these guys weren't the golden good guys. We know that it's when you have a lot of these things from Dallas and other ones saying these things, it then casts a negative image on the guys who we never see and stuff. And then often, they throw in, oh, they kicked Mike out the group and they didn't want him back, and they rather split the money 3 ways. Unfortunately, it's created that negative stuff. You just said
right. No, I get it, and I can see the impact that it's actually had in certain circles. But let me just say this: the Force and D's, when they did Tender Love, like other artists was recording that song. Actually, they were supposed to be in the movie Crush Groove. Russell and them decided to go with New Edition, but they ended up with the song. The song Tender Love, like other artists recorded it, it just didn't work. The lady at Tommy Boy had the people, owed them a favor. They send them out there. Jesse D is going ape crap in the studio because guess what? There were no drums in Tender Love. And he was just thinking, this is not going to work. And that song is one of the biggest songs in their career.
Yeah.
Keep them working to this day. You understand what I'm saying? Artists don't always know they don't always know. Some of the biggest records was records they couldn't stand, or records they didn't think was going to work.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, but most importantly, to press the notification bell so that you can be notified when we do have a new interview. Loads to come, but thanks a lot for watching.